What's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about everything fragrance related. If you have any interest in that kind of content, then you are in the right place. Please consider subscribing and make sure you hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video. You'll get a notification every time I upload. And if you do like this video, please give me a like, give me that thumbs up. It really does help with my visibility across YouTube. Thanks so much in advance. Today we're doing a bit of an update video. We're talking about 10 fragrances in my collection that I consider to be versatile. I did a video like this a couple of years ago, but it's always fun to revisit these old topics, especially after some years have gone by, to see how my collection has changed, how my view on the topic has changed. I'm not changing the meaning of the word versatile, but I am kind of altering what versatile includes outside of its core, which just means being able to adapt to a multitude of contexts or functions. But in this case, I definitely have a little bit more focus in terms of what it means. When I smell a fragrance that is completely versatile to me, I have a blank slate in my head. That might sound kind of weird, but there's some fragrances when you smell them, you think, I would wear a collared shirt with that, or I would wear that to a night out, or I would wear that to the gym. It's like you just know. But these are fragrances, I smell them, I'm like, there's no association that comes to mind. I could wear them anywhere. So what do they smell like? Well, they are all on the fresher side. I do think fresh fragrances in general are the most versatile because you can wear them any season and you can wear them to any occasion without them offending folks, because everybody likes a fresh scent. It's almost universal. Not everyone likes to wear one, but if you smell one, at the very least, you're not offended, even if you're not moved by it. But I did want to add some variety, so not everyone is just straight up freshy. If a fragrance does have some sweetness to it, it has to be well balanced. There's no gourmand fragrances in here. There's no overly sweet fragrances in here. If there is sweetness in there, it should be relatively balanced with that freshness, so the freshness of the profile is still the most dominant. But I did want to include some fragrances that are a little unusual but still versatile, because again, they don't really conjure any particular scenario where I would wear them. You could wear them anywhere. I have 10 here. They are ranked, at least in my opinion, based on versatility, not so much based on my favorite scent. I just want to be clear. These are ranked based on versatility, on how often and how many different places you could wear them without really offending anyone. So with that in mind, we're going to dive right in. Here at number 10, from Marc-Antoine Barrois, we have Ganymede. I love this fragrance. I've talked about it several times. It is very unique. This is created by Quentin Biche, and this, man, it's kind of like this fresh, metallic, minerally leather scent, but it is primarily fresh. It is based on quite a bit of immortelle, which has this interesting, almost savory, curry-like quality to it. Some people say it has kind of a syrupy, almost maple syrup vibe. I get a little bit of that too. It kind of rides the line, but it is primarily characterized by a fresh, metallic violet leaf with some other kind of metallic mineral notes in there. And again, has this leather nuance to it, almost like a suede leather. Reminds me of being in the inside of a luxury car, brand new leather interior. Smells beautiful. Doesn't really conjure up any particular associations with it. The reason why it's number 10 is because it's probably the most unique fragrance on this list. It's a little different, which could make it less versatile. It's not guaranteed everyone would appreciate this around you, but it's so pleasant, and I think people would appreciate it for its uniqueness, but I wouldn't consider it the safest scent. That's why it's number 10. Here at number 9, kind of for the same reason, it's down low. Even though I love the fragrance, it is a little bit different, so it might not appeal to everyone, so it may not be the most versatile, but the scent profile is very versatile. It has a nice balance of elements to it, and it does not conjure any particular scenario in my mind. From Amouage, we have Enclave. Yeah, these are some heavy hitters I have here. This list is kind of turned up on its head. The heavy hitters, the ones that are the most unique to me, are kind of at the bottom because they may not be the most versatile fragrances to everyone. But this is a new release from 2020. This is a gorgeous fragrance. I've talked about it several times. It is fresh and spicy with mint, with the spearmint in particular, with some fresh cooling cardamom. There's a warm sweetness to it as it dries down with leather, labdanum. It's ambery. It's both fresh and cool, but also warm and sweet at the same time. Again, a beautiful balance. Something that I think is quite versatile. I think you could wear this pretty much anywhere, like really anywhere. You just control your sprays based on the temperature. I think with heat, this thing could be pretty strong, but the scent profile itself, I think you could wear it to any occasion. Here at the number 8 spot, yet again, one of my absolute favorites. I wore this a lot last year. It did top my most worn fragrances list of last year. From the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, we have Gentle Fluidity Silver. This is definitely the sweeter of the 3 I've talked about so far, but it does have a beautiful freshness to it. It has a nice sharp juniper berry note, almost gets that gin vibe that you get from gin and tonic, which does bring a cooling freshness, a little bit of spice from coriander. It is kind of smooth and creamy and sweet from vanilla. There's even some amber in here to make it a little warm, and it's a little musky too as it dries. It is completely a genderless fragrance as it's intended to be, and it literally doesn't remind me of being in a tuxedo nor a t-shirt. You could wear it anytime, anywhere, and it smells incredible, and it does smell unique as well. Yet again, why it's so low, because it is fairly unique. This one is definitely more likable, I would say, than the other 2, but there are some that I think are just even more likable coming up. So that is Gentle Fluidity Silver. Here at number 7, one of my favorite fragrances that I discovered last year, and one of my favorites in my collection period right now, from Cartier. We got L'Envol de Cartier, the Eau de Parfum. Underrated scent, not really talked about much, based on a sweet honey, a very fresh and metallic violet leaf, and definitely some woods like vetiver as it dries down. It is classy, but it's also kind of casual. There is a prominent sweetness from the honey, but again, it is nicely balanced with the freshness and the woodiness. So overall, a very well balanced scent. Even though it is quite unique, I do think you could wear it anywhere, and it's going to get you noticed. Performance isn't amazing, but it is definitely good enough if you don't want to really just be obnoxious to folks. This is really beautiful, and again, quite versatile. L'Envol de Cartier Eau de Parfum. Here at the number 6 spot, from an independent house. You could call it a niche house, but the fragrance itself is a little bit more on the designer side of things in terms of profile, but in terms of quality, it's fantastic. From Shawn Cranshaw, we have Ovation For Men. Black-owned business, man. It's one of those fragrances that is both simple but unique. It has this fresh cardamom to it. It has almost this aquatic nature as well, but mostly fresh spicy cardamom mixed in with some kind of dusty amber and tobacco. It has a freshness, it has a sweetness, it has this dustiness to it. Beautiful blend, beautiful balance. You could wear this anywhere. You could dress this up in a tux, you could dress it down to t-shirt and jeans. Doesn't matter. I don't really get any particular association with it. I could wear it anywhere, anytime. I definitely recommend checking this out. I will have links to all these fragrances down below, but this one is Ovation For Men. Here at the 5th spot, from Roja Parfums. I haven't talked about them a whole lot lately, but I still love the house. This is a fragrance, to be honest, I haven't worn this very much at all recently. I don't even know if I wore this once last year. I may have worn it one time. Because I wore it so much before, I decided to give it a break last year. I might bust it out a little bit more this year. This is Elysium, Parfum Cologne. In fact, I'm pretty sure the last time I made this video, I'm pretty sure this was number 1 on that list. It's still fantastic. People say it reminds them of Creed Aventus. I've never gotten that vibe at all. It doesn't smell anything like Creed Aventus in terms of its nuances, in terms of the overall scent profile. Sure, you could argue that it has these citrusy, aromatic qualities that Aventus does have, but it doesn't smell like Aventus to me. This is characterized by a very sharp and kind of bitter grapefruit with a sharp juniper berry, again kind of bringing that gin-like vibe. There's definitely some woods as it dries down in the base. A lot going on in this fragrance, but it does come off quite simple but very high quality. It is definitely very likable. I just have a few more here that I think are even more likable, which makes them more versatile, but you could wear this anywhere, anytime. That is Roja Parfums Elysium, here at the number 4 spot. From Burberry, a fragrance that does not get much love these days. It came out maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. And at least here in the community didn't do too well, but they started making a bunch of flankers of it. The flankers did pretty well. And the original, which is this one here, I think is still great and still has a nice uniqueness to it, even for being a mass appealing scent. This is Mr. Burberry, the original. This was created by master perfumer Francis Kirkjohn, the guy who made this. This is his own brand here, but he did make just about all of the fragrances in this line for Burberry, other than, I believe, their newest one, which was Element. I think that was made by someone else. But this is, again, it's a fresh fragrance. It kind of falls in line with your typical kind of blue scents, but there's something unusual about it. There's something kind of earthy and almost herbaceous about it that you don't get in most of these blue shower gel like scents. It is aromatic, there's citrus in there, it's a little spicy, it's woody. It's kind of a basic scent profile for a man's fragrance. They kind of take all the, you know, expected qualities of a man's fragrance and put it together, but it does come together in a way you don't really smell much. This DNA is pretty distinct and it carries over through its flankers, and it's a really nice scent. It does have a uniqueness to it, but it is mostly mass appealing and very versatile. Again, you can wear it anywhere, anytime. You could wear this in a tux, just like the bottle itself has a little bow tie, which I've grown to love. Or you could dress it down, you could wear it to the gym. Again, it could go anywhere. That's Mr. Burberry, the EDT. Here at the 3rd spot, I've been teasing these bottles and I'm going to do a full overview on them soon, so trust me. From Argos, we got their new 30 ml bottle here. This is Argos Pour Homme. I do have a 100 ml bottle, which will be phased out pretty soon, at least in that style. Then they'll move it to the 100 ml style of this bottle design. But this is the 30 milliliter, which is again pretty new. This is a gorgeous citrus aromatic scent. It is kind of like the Mr. Burberry within the realm of your basic profile, your basic kind of formula for a masculine leaning aromatic kind of citrus scent. You do have lemon, I think maybe some bergamot in there. It's very bright, fresh, juicy at the top. There's a little bit of a greenness in there, some kind of green quality. There's a creaminess in there that I don't know exactly where it comes from, but it is beautiful. It really rounds out the scent, so it's not just so bright and bitey and sharp. It does have, again, a smoothness to it that actually makes it a little thick and kind of rich, gives it some legs, so it does stick around on the skin a good while. So this is a fresh fragrance that you could wear anytime because it doesn't just evaporate and disappear. This will last you a good 7-8 hours on the skin. It smells very professional, but also smells pretty casual. Yet again, no particular association. Could wear it anytime. That is Argos Pour Homme. Again, I'll be doing a full overview on everything packed into these little bottles because there's more than meets the eye. But I will have links down below if you want to get 10% off. Use my code FRESH10 to buy anything from Argos. Here at number 2, we have from Authenticity Perfumes. One I've talked about before, but it's been a while. This is called Urban King. And Authenticity, they do make relatively basic scent profiles, nothing pushing the boundaries of things, but they are all fairly unique. They're not trying to be clones of other things, but they might remind you of a few other popular scents out there. This one in particular, Urban King, does remind me a little bit of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It has this blue quality to it, even though it's purple. It's quite fresh, aromatic. There's citrus, there's woods, there's a bit of a smooth creaminess in there. It smells like it could be kind of spicy as well. It really does smell quite wonderful. And beast mode performance for a fresh scent, one of the strongest performing fresh fragrances. Basically this entire collection of fragrances from this house, very, very strong. Again, it kind of reminds you of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum with a little twist on it. And that's a very versatile scent, so I had to include this in here. I don't own Bleu de Chanel. This might take the place of that because it even performs better than Bleu de Chanel. And this is like 40 bucks, maybe, something like that. I will have a link down below if you want to check out Authenticity. But man, basically I could have chosen almost any of the fragrances they have. They're all very versatile, but this one I really do enjoy. You could wear it anytime. Here at number one of my most, well, technically my most worn fragrance of 2020. If you saw that video, then you know what this is. Very versatile scent, very likable, easy to wear. This is Percival from Parfum de Marly. Can't go wrong with Percival. Kind of smells like Mont Blanc Legend, kind of smells like Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, and even that alone, Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, it's tied to that, makes it super versatile because that's one of the most likable fragrances in the world. It was a phenomenon when it came out. Christophe Laudamiel was responsible for that one. Great master perfumer. And this definitely smells along those lines. It's fresh, it is citrusy, it's very musky. And again, it doesn't really conjure any particular time or scenario to wear. I would wear this in the morning, I'd wear it in the evening, I'd wear it with this leather jacket, I'd wear it in a suit. You're gonna smell so put together either way. You're gonna smell very approachable. People are going to want to get close to you, and it's probably going to get you compliments. At least it got me compliments. That's all I could say about me. I can't guarantee what it'd be like for you, but I love Percival, and it is so versatile. It's a little expensive, I'll give you that, but I'm going to link down to some places. Hopefully you can get it cheaper, maybe even get a decant if you haven't tried it yet. But this is my number one most versatile fragrance in my collection. So now I want to know, what is your favorite most versatile fragrance in your collection? One that you look at and you know, like, I can wear this anywhere, that I don't have to save it for any particular occasion. You might have a few like that, but tell me your one favorite. I want to know. You know how this goes. If you like the video, please like the video. Once again, it really does help me being noticed across this platform. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Yet again, it's free, costs you nothing. You can always change your mind later. Would love to have you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.